Ahem. I love doing these where there's no computer audio because I don't need my headphones. Let's see, am I up yet? There we go. I'm on the internet. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the third and final, for now. We'll do more, I swear. Iron Horsemen screenshot competition. We have 5 submissions today. As previous, I expect to spend about 20 minutes on a submission. Maybe more, maybe less, depending. And we'll get through all of these quick as we can. Quick as we can with giving the appropriate amount of attention to each one. Yada yada yada. Hello, Sherry Dunbar. I'm doing well. I hope you are also doing well. So, I'll give people a minute to find this. People wanted a link, and I don't know how to get one, actually. I don't... So if somebody can... Oh, there's a share button. Aha. Ah, beautiful. Let me just put that down here. I love that thumbnail. I decided to ban myself from this one so you didn't have to. Hey, you didn't have to do this. I wasn't going to ban anybody from this. But, you know, thanks for making it fair. Wait, what? A judging? Yes. Yes, a judging. We are judging people. Well, screenshots. We're judging screenshots. So, we'll do it by individual as we've done before. Ellis with no brim. Yeah, I know. I just checked the last video I did of this, and it's like, wow, somebody commented that I look like Jesus. And now I don't look anything like Jesus. I look like Jesus if he got a shave and a haircut. 2 bits. Okay, so the first screenshot is called Escape from Earth. Oh my god, he looks like 2015. Hey, wait a minute. Have you ever played Trains Virtual Railway before? Yes. That is a matter of fact what we were doing the judging in. So, the submission title is Escape from Earth. It is by... Oh, Engineer Dave, Star Fox Fan 11, Eric. He's been on the podcast about 1,000 times. We all know who this guy is. We've seen the podcast. We do. It's down in the doobly-doo. Down in the thing below. Every time he gets a shave and a haircut, he goes from 26 to 14. Is loving Jesus legal yet? I'm just reading all these. Everyone can read. Read the chat yourselves. What am I doing? Escape from Earth. But this is dark. This is cool, though. 99939. I know, I didn't read the thing yet. I just wanted to, I like how, first of all, there's a building on top of this track, and then a giant rock. This track, I would assume went this way, or they just gave up when a massive rock fell on it. This is pretty cool. This is a vibe. It's spooky. I like it. It doesn't pop as much of, never heard of him. It doesn't pop as much as some of the other screenshots have, and we'll see about the ones in this. But it's a cool shot. It is a little dark. I don't know what you would do to brighten that up. I don't know what After Effects you would have to play with. And you can still see all the contrast, so it's not like it's bad. But that's the thing that strikes me. It's like, it's not like I had to search for the... Thanks, Apple. It's not like I had to search for the train. But it's like, oh yeah, there's the train. And then it goes all the way back that way. Anyway, let's, I don't think I could paste this like that. No, I can't. I've made this mistake before. What did I do last time? Copy. Paste. No, doesn't work. What did I do last time? How did I get this to work? How did I paste them in? Could I drag the file in? Well, I know that... Yes, I can. Okay. I'm gonna hope that nobody actually tried to answer that. Okay, let's go. Let's talk about this screenshot. Galaxy Express 999, pronounced 39. Someone's gonna be upset about that. Has successfully collected Tetsuro. I was going to pronounce it Tetsuro, and then I saw the pronunciation and went, wait, am I going to do it wrong? From Platform 99 it departs for Planet Great Andromeda. Planet Great Andromeda. The war against the machines rage on behind him as two machine fighters attempt to send 999 into a sidetrack that leads straight into a fallen skyscraper. Thankfully, using his last ounce of life, an elderly soldier flips the switch back to the safe track. Before 39 passes over it, it safely makes it to the crumbling galactic ramp and departs on its long journey. First of all, if you came up with this, that's awesome. If you didn't come up with this, now I kind of want to watch Galaxy Express 39, because I've never heard, or what is it, Galaxy Railways, Galaxy Express? I know the series is named similar to the locomotive / train, but I don't know what it is. But I'm not seeing the switch. I just want to say that. I'm seeing a big old boulder. But anyway. Now I see what Eric was creating when he was building his big ramp. I assumed that was supposed to be this originally, and then he went with this instead. Let's see. Are there any... No production notes. Okay. Okay, so that's that. Let me check what people are thinking. Holy crap. Zero Tendo Bridge could have gone for some point lighting. Updates are available. Hello, I'm here. Access or something. You have to watch Galaxy Railways. It's just cool as hell. Hey, I'm sure there are some people in my life that would love for me to try out, like, proper anime, presuming this passes as proper anime. So, maybe this is the catalyst. Maybe I've got to put it on my watch list now. What is the thing I missed? Is there a playlist of Trains Virtual Railway gameplay? Yeah, check my YouTube channel. There's a bunch of it. Mostly route building. Anyway, so Impact. I'm going to leave this as a 6. That's my first feeling right now. It doesn't pop as much as it could. It draws me in, that's for sure. But it doesn't pop as much. It doesn't have that, gut punch. Maybe if the lighting was a little different, it would be different. Also, I like how the camera's under something. I just want to... That's points for creativity right there, or composition, really, because that's kind of cool. But as far as creativity goes, okay, again, if this is a story, if this story is relevant to 3.9, like, Galaxy Railways, or, the series, then maybe it's less creative, but it's still really creative that Eric decided to port it into Trains, make a scene out of it, and then use it in this hard times, I forgot to say that the category Hard Times, which was suggested by Ian, who's Conrail fan, or Shoeman, or whatever you want to call him, fake Ian. Conrail, did I say man? I meant to say Conrail fan. He's in the chat, whatever. It was a very broad subject. It didn't even have to necessarily contain a train, he said. Just something going through a hard time. And, well, there's a war on, so that's hard enough for me. Bow chicka bow wow. Either way, let me get that out of the way. I'll give the story a 10 so we don't have to come back to it. Sorry. Give the, relevancy a 10 so we don't have to come back to it. For those who are new here, there are 10 categories: impact, creativity, construction, composition, content, story, world, relevancy, completeness, and a bonus category. Impact is how much it pops. Creativity is how creative you were when coming up with the idea. Construction is how well you put it together. Composition is how nice the picture looks. Content is the stuff that you put in it. Physically, the train's content. Story is your writing. World is how much do I think this meshes with sanity. How much disbelief do I have to suspend to see this picture? Relevancy is how well you match the prompt. Completeness is how well you filled out the form. And bonus is bonus. Already a bonus point I'm throwing in here because this might get me to watch the series. Can't fail, man. But as far as creativity goes, now this didn't stretch the boundaries of what this could be, but I don't suppose Eric knew that you could do it without a train in it, and even if he knew that, I'm sure he would have taken one with a train in it. I mean, we're building in a train simulator. What are people going to do here? If there's a screenshot in here about somebody losing their life savings over a bad hand in poker, then that's a pretty hard time, and I'm going to be really impressed. But somehow I think these are all going to involve trains. So as far as creativity goes, am I kind? Do I just give this a 10? Maybe I'm feeling nice today. You know what? I think I'll just give it a 9 though. I and I'm not saying that to be unkind, but it's like, okay, you've borrowed from this other IP, so maybe it's not, you know, perfectly creative. Not that there really would ever be such a thing, but I feel wrong giving it a 10 in the face of other people who have created things that are just as deep from scratch. So sue me. Maybe it deserves a 10. It's definitely thinking out of the box, but I'm gonna leave it with a 9. As for construction, now this is really well done, and now I know why he was asking the question about tilting buildings. I'm also, maybe it's too nice of me to give this a 9. Maybe I should give it a 10, but it's very nicely set up. You've got, you know, the buildings and the arch and these, I mean, the rocks strewn all over the place. The more you look at it, the more you realize kind of how sparse it is. Something interesting would be, you know, the remnants of roads or something, burned out cars, other debris. Not necessarily saying that those would be something that's present in this world that's true to Galaxy Railways, but it would make the scene feel more complete. So that's sort of what I'm getting at here in terms of construction. I feel like it is missing something. It's a fairly simple build. Do I still give it an 8 because I really like it, or do I just give it a 7? I don't know. I feel like I've been erring on the side of low here, but maybe it's just that kind of day. But yeah, you could have added more to this scene. You could have added a lot more to this scene. I'm gonna stick with a 7 here. But as far as composition goes, it feels like a 9. The camera is underneath something, which is not something you typically see in trains. You can see the train stretching into the background. You can see the debris. You can see the buildings. It's well put together. The shot is well framed. You know. And aside from lighting, which is kind of an advanced technique, like additional lighting, I've been erring on the side of low, so I'm willing to give this a 9 on composition, which I feel like is being really, really generous. So I don't know, it's just a really cool shot. The more I look at it, the more I want to look at it. I don't know, there is something about it. That's what gets me. There are flaws I can pull out about this shot, and you could harp on about them for a while, but it just, combined with the wordage, combined with the you know, the paragraph that goes with it, the caption, you know, the story, this does feel appropriately desolate. And, you know, it's easy to see, and I'm trying to see this, it's easy to see what is good and what is bad about the shot, and if it didn't have the blurb, it would be a completely different story. But I'm looking at this, and I really do like it. As for content, I mean, it's short on content. The content used is decent enough, although there are other rocks and piles of rubble that you could have used. If there was any rusty track, if there were buildings with higher poly, which I know there generally aren't, skyscrapers typically aren't very good, but I don't know, I'll toss this an 8 for content. I know I've got to bring this score down because right now I'm being really nice to it. Story, I love the story though. I really do love the story. There's a typo in here. The War Against the Machines rages on, not rage. So, that's not perfect. How dare you have a single typo? I mean, I I appreciate the pronunciation in both cases, um, and I feel like it gives me just enough information. Now I know what Galaxy Railways is, at least as a concept, so this isn't too out there for me. Now, play to your audience, of course, but at the same time, what is a train doing with a galactic ramp? You know, without knowing that these are trains that go through space, I'm looking at this going, huh? What? But, you know, some things you just gotta take in stride. Just want to see what people are thinking of this whole shenanigans. But as far as the story goes, I'll toss it another 8. I'll toss it an 8. World. How much suspension of disbelief do I have to look at this picture? This is not going to be a good score. Again, there's stuff missing all over the place. I feel like you need more of a mess. Clearly there are buildings standing. This place wasn't glassed. Everything wasn't melted away. There would be junk. There should be junk, I feel, all over the place. Which, I mean, there's piles of rocks, but we've also got plenty of garbage assets, and you could have spruced up this closer area a lot more. So that's what makes me look at this and go, this is a very empty scene, and I don't think it would really look like this. Why is there a building on the track? Where is this switch that is being talked about? Is it back there? I can't tell. Oh, there's more tracks over there. I see. I feel like you should have got rid of this rock. If the switch is there, you should have got rid of this rock. Which I assume it is, because I don't think it would write that blurb and not have a switch there. Yeah. I'm just gonna toss it a 5 for world. I mean, it's okay. Completeness, the form is submitted correctly. Escape from Earth, Galaxy blah blah blah. Escape from Earth, Star Fox fan. Production notes, not necessary. Engineer Dave, Star Fox fan. Yeah, that's a 10. Other than that, I feel like I've been really generous to this. I don't have any bonus points to give. So let's do the math real quick. 6 plus 9, nice. Plus 7 plus 9 plus 8 plus 8 plus 5 plus 10 plus 10 plus 1. That is a 73. All in all, not too shabby. Which, looking at the screenshot just at face value, you probably wouldn't expect a 73 out of this. With relevancy and completeness being 10s, I was generous in the first half, and with the story helping that generosity, it's a score. We've seen better. We know we have. Alright, so let me toss this one and move on to the next one. Thank you, Eric, for your submission. Boop. Next one. Title of screenshot, the calm after the storm. That sounds like a Wybold name. There it is. Oh, this is cool. Oh, this is sad. What? I saw all the trees and I expected Uinta. What is this? I can't wait to read the story on this. Wow, this is a pretty screenshot. Although I don't like how these are sticking out. But, you know, you gotta deal with the stuff in trains sometimes. This must have been some storm. I just gotta throw that out there. Wow. What an asset choice for this, though. The trees, there's a weeping willow back there, the vines and the bushes. This guy's half sunk in the ground. This guy's, like, he's going down. He hit the iceberg about, 2 hours ago. He's going down. And then these two out here, just looking like hell. Why wouldn't you put them inside? And is this another car or something? This is more like a barrel and a plank. And then some boards. This is what I'm talking about with crap on the ground. Eric, take notes. I like this screenshot. What is that back there? There's more stuff. I wish this plant wasn't here. But the fact that every piece of this has detail and depth, even the bits that you really can't see. You know? And there's like a little, it looks like there's a little pond back there. Although it doesn't look like there's much between here and the pond. Maybe that's just depth of field messing with me, but it looks like there's a large open area back here. Which could have been done up with grass, but at the same time, you get that depth. Which is not a bad thing. Okay. Let's pile this in here. This is some hard times, alright. This looks like the hard times have long since been over, and there are no times anymore. Just thinking about that real quick. Brett Weebold. Weibold's name on Discord on the server is still not Weibold. He's still Brett. And it makes me sad every time I see it. Which is, I only am bringing up because he wrote Weibold in the submission box. Okay. So, this is good and wordy. I can't wait to read this. Oh, it's Louisiana. Once upon a time, two little engines worked their own little railroad in the swamp lands of Louisiana. For years, the two little engines slogged back and forth across the bayou, moving wood from the muggy depths to the sawmill. Back and forth, year after year, the two little engines worked. The Gulf Coast is a region not without difficulties, however, and hurricanes only stay at sea for so long. One day, as the water in the bayou rose, the two little engines were parked back to back in front of their little shed. Tools were gathered, fires were doused, and the workmen that ran the railroad fled, leaving the two little engines all alone. There's not much left of that little railroad. The sawmill the line served was completely flooded out, and then the achievement hunters investigated it, and nearly all the tracks were washed away. With their jobs gone, none of the workmen ever bothered to return. Most folks would say that indeed the two little engines were lost for good, probably swept out to sea at the height of the storm. Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. After all, very little remains. The banyan trees remain, though, shrouding glimpses into the past under their damp leaves and keeping watch over the two little engines. I like the outsider's point of view in the third paragraph. I sort of wish that had been played with a little bit more, with sort of the narrator saying that the outside is wrong. But this is a great little piece, and it's so reminiscent of the Eagle Lake bit, which it's funny because that was the original submission for the last one that Weibold put in that I got halfway through judging, found out it wasn't the real submission, and now here we are with a submission with a really similar premise, at least in terms of scope of the railroad, and God, it's pretty. Like, I like how they're the two little engines, and it is repeated, and I'm really torn on how much I like that repetition, because I'm not a repetition kind of guy. Two little engines, two little engines, two little engines, two little engines. It's in there 5 times, 6 times. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6 times. Nope. 7 times. Yeah, 7 times. I mean, and the fact that it's in there so much, you could have called this the two little engines. That would have been a great way to tie it all together. Mumbles in Bayou, but it don't work no more. Start speaking incoherent tree noise. I love you guys. But as for an impact, you saw me. I looked at this. I went, ooh, like, this is a really pretty screenshot. I mean, the last one I was gonna say was desktop background worthy, but this one's definitely, I mean, this one is really desktop background worthy. I mean, let's be honest. I don't think there's been a screenshot submitted thus far that I wouldn't put in rotation if I, was to use these. In fact, it'd be kind of fun to just throw all the competition ones in there, and then people would get to see their submissions in the background of my videos sometimes. That'd be kind of funny. Maybe I should do that. I still have them all somewhere. Oh, they're all in this document, though. Although this might be like a cut down to size version of them. I don't know. Either way, the originals, they all exist somewhere. Anyway. So, impact. I am looking at this and I'm trying to think what would make it pop more. And I'm really struggling. Just the way the light is playing on everything. Do I give it a 10? Do I give it the perfect 10 on impact? Yeah, I do. I do. And I'll toss it a 9 for creativity. And the only reason I want to give it a 9, and it's almost like he's spoiled by his own creativity. This is upsetting to me. Like, I just gave a 10 on impact. I am loath to give those 10s out, you guys know. And Wyville's going to be listening to this, and, like, I'm sure he's going to be shaking his fist at me. I'm certain of it. But the fact that I got halfway through the thing about the Eagle Lake Locos, and then he submits this one, and I'm just like, I see what's happening here. And what do I do? It's like he's copied himself, but he copied himself, which is copying real life. I don't know, this is, again, there are ways to stretch the box here, and this box has been stretched. Both of these past two have stretched the hell out of this box. And there's a your mom joke in here somewhere, but, oh man, also, what is an Orcar doing at a, whatever, I love this. I wish I could find reasons to when I see something that I want to score really, really highly, I start looking for reasons not to, because I don't want it to feel too easy. But at the same time, do I love or do I hate that this is a copy of the previous submission, but better, but with a similar premise, with better graphics, with a better story, a story that is inspired by, instead of just is, the Eagle Lake engines. And if it isn't, if I'm way off base with that, it just sounds really similar. I don't think I'm way off base with that. So, oh goodness. Taking the other thing out of the equation, this is a 10. Construction. Now, why this is here, whatever's going on back here, I want to know. Whatever's going on